Dear students, welcome to history class. History is a record of past events and achievements. When we say past events and achievements, these past events and achievements cannot be reproduced or replayed. Please remember this sentence. When we say history, we all know that it is a record of past events and achievements. When we say past events and achievements, these past events and achievements cannot be replayed or reproduced. So we have to remember one sentence here. No sources, no history. No sources, no history. Various historians, various scholars, when they discuss about history, when they say about history, when they try to reconstruct the history, they have to go through the sources. In here also, when we say historic period, the period of history is classified into two parts. One is prehistoric period, second one is historic period. When we say prehistoric, where the written records are not available, is known as prehistoric. When we get written records, it is known as historic period. So, to go through our Indian history, there are many sources to understand the Indian history. In sources also, when we say sources, it is classified into two parts. First one is archaeological sources, second one is literary sources. ಪುರಾತತ್ವ ಮೂಲಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಲಿಟರರಿ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯ ಮೂಲಗಳು, ಬರಹದ ಮೂಲಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಿಟರರಿ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆನಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕವೇಷನ್ಸ್, monuments, coins, paintings, inscriptions. First point is excavations, utkhanana. Second one is monuments. Third one is coins. Fourth one is paintings. Fifth one is inscriptions. ಉತ್ಖನನಗಳು, ಸ್ಮಾರಕಗಳು, ನಾಣ್ಯಗಳು, ವರ್ಣಚಿತ್ರಗಳು, ಸ್ಮಾರಕಗಳು. When we say excavations, it is a scientific way of digging the earth. Understand this? It is a scientific way of digging the earth to unearth the sources. It is a scientific way of digging the earth to unearth the sources, to know the Indian history. When we start digging of earth to know the Indian history in a particular area, there are many things to achieve, there are many things to understand. When we excavate the land, it gives us so many monuments, coins, etc., etc. With this only we will understand the Indian history. And second one is monuments, ಸ್ಮಾರಕಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ many temples are there, many caves are there, many stupas are there, many statues are there. These are the source of our Indian history. And third one is coins, ನಾಣ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಾಣ್ಯಗಳ ಅಧ್ಯಯನವನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ನ್ಯೂಮಿಸ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಸ್. The study of coins is known as numismatics. There are many kind of coins in India were there, like gold coins were there, like silver coins were there, copper coins were there. With this only we will understand the commercial and cultural aspects in so many things in Indian history. So when we say paintings, paintings of various periods gives us the vivid cultural activities like cultural, social in many aspects. When we say sources, when we say archaeological sources, paintings are the main source of our Indian history. And fifth one is inscriptions. The study of inscriptions is known as epigraphy. ಅದನ್ನು ಎಪಿಗ್ರಫಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸ್ಮಾರಕಗಳ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ efficient and authentic source of Indian history is inscriptions. When we study of our state Karnataka, we all know that Halmidi inscription. We know about that Halmidi inscription. This inscription gives us the story of Karnataka, or it gives us the entire study of our Karnataka history. So these are the archaeological sources: excavations, monuments, coins, paintings, inscriptions. And when we go through the literary sources, there are many kinds of literary sources. First thing is indigenous literature. First thing is indigenous literature. First point is indigenous literature. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗತ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಅಥವಾ ಲಿಟರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಅಥವಾ ಲಿಟರರಿ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸೇ ಲಿಟರರಿ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಲಿಟರೇಚರ್ written by our native writers is known as indigenous literature. When we say indigenous literature, it is a literature written by native writers. ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಬರಹಗಾರರು ಬರೆದಂತಹ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳು, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಂಡಿಜಿನಸ್ ಲಿಟರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗತ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಅನೇಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ when we say indigenous literature, there are many books or epic books are there, like Buddha Charitra by Ashwagosha, Harsha Charitra by Banabhatta, Prithviraj Raso of Chand Baradai, Vikramanka Deva Charita by Villana, Mahabhasha by Panini, or Ashtanga Yoga by Patanjali, or we can say the Arthashastra by Kautilya. So many indigenous literature are there. After this, we have to understand about foreign accounts. We have to understand about foreign accounts. Second thing in the literature, or second thing in the literary sources, the foreign accounts. When we say foreign accounts, we have to understand about foreign writers. These are the accounts, or these are the literary sources which has given by foreign writers. When we say foreign writers, when we say China, we all know that Pahiana, Huensang and Itzing, three writers are there. They have came here to understand the Indian culture, Indian history, Indian things also. They came here, they stayed here, they tried to understand the Indian culture and Indian history. They have given a various literature in history to know the Indian history, Indian culture and Indian aspects. So these are the sources which mainly classified into two parts. First one is archaeological sources. In that also excavations, monuments, coins, paintings, inscriptions. And we say literary sources. Here two types of sources are there. Literature given by native writers, which has written by our writers. Indigenous literature, and second one is foreign accounts. So these are the sources to understand the Indian history. And next thing is the origin of Karnataka history. In next topic we will discuss about the origin of Karnataka history, or origin and growth of Karnataka history. So today's topic is sources of Indian history. With this I will finish this topic. When we go through the one by one, when we try to understand Chanakya, when we try to understand Banabhatta, when we try to understand Billana, when we try to understand Chandvardai, we have to personally achieve, we have to personally approach these persons and these persons' literatures to understand our Indian history. So we must try sources of Indian history. We have to understand our Indian history with this. Thank you and all.